After this last winter, I've been in a downward cycle. But ever since I got my biking in, I've been pumped to cycle.
Vicodin is a non-prescription solution to improve your lifestyle.
Ski and bike shop in Grand Forks helped me get my biking in.
Side effects include elevated endorphin levels, improved cardiovascular health, weight loss, and boosted energy. Higher doses of Vicodin may lead to forming healthy habits and increase your chances of social interaction. Visit your local ski and bike shop spokesperson today.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the Friday Night Funcast. I am here with Mr. Adam, the Golden Bear Chalifoux. You may be saying, is that really his nickname? Yes, because I just gave it to him.
I haven't heard that nickname since the future.
That's right. Well,
when it catches on next week.
I see you walking in with that nice full. I know it's a little more reddish, but it's kind of like it hits the right light. You got kind of like a golden beard
studio
there.
Lighting.
I guess we can go with the golden beard because the reality is Jack Nicklaus is the golden bear. So we could go with the golden beard, which is bear with a D. And you play pretty good D. You play basketball.
Defensive spectrum. Yeah. The problem is if anyone who's like maybe a little over 6 foot, they can probably just shoot over the top of me.
Right.
But anyone under, I get a puncher's chance.
That's right. Listen, you're 5 feet or under, you do not.
Yeah.
I do want to mention this week because you just saw there we have a new sponsor. You want to talk about that, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of my favorite commercials we put together for the ski and bike shop, and they got a big event coming up next Monday, and you're gonna have to circle back. Duke is gonna tell you all that about that with Simon next Monday, but they're having they'll be giving away some free swag. I know Rhombus guys, who's a huge friend of the program, they'll be there as well. So a lot of cool stuff going on, and it is still just barely biking weather. There are some like winterized bikes, but we're not quite to skiing weather. But since the Funcast has started, we talked about like, hey, what's the biking looking like this season? What's the skiing look like? So just a perfect kind of hand in glove sponsor for the program, and we'll be having a very fun way to incorporate them into the picks as well later.
Yeah, that's great. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. Of course, we do picks every week here. We do a little thing at the station. Adam and I always making our picks here, and I think we've both done pretty well this year. But most people, other than a couple of weeks ago, we did this on air. But otherwise, people really haven't seen us do our thing here. And they're excited. It's like, can Russ finally? Last year he was terrible.
And you're doing well this year, and no one knows about it.
That's true. I know. I'm really killing it. Nobody knows. Last year I was horrible. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago.
Everyone knew about it.
I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, but if you didn't watch, last year I was doing so poorly that I was just letting my weather kids, the Laney's weather kids I have on Wednesday, I was letting them do my picks. I had my dog. And
Butters,
and she can't even talk, surprisingly. But no, so we were excited to have, of course, bike, ski on board. You mentioned the biking event coming up, but obviously, we're going to jump down the road here in a little bit. It's not happening. We're going to get a little bit of snow, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But before we do that, we're obviously got some other things to get to. But eventually, we are going to get to that point. We're going to start seeing snow both, at the lower levels, but also some of those high elevations as you go a little bit north there. So with that in mind, we're going to be talking, obviously, about skiing as well. Speaking about that, this weekend, not really good biking weather. I do. Tell me real quick, because I know we're going to do these football picks here, and actually I'm going to have you mess around because I believe you can pop. Are you going to pop what we see up on the
I have
graphics here?
I have the magic to make it happen.
The ability?
Yeah. It's been a while, but I think, there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do it when the time's right.
Perfect. So what is a weekend here where we've got colder temperatures, some of the coldest we've seen. In fact, the coldest we've seen this season.
Wow.
Little opportunity for snow, mainly western areas, but more than anything, just kind of this cold, cloudy Saturday. What does a Chalifoux like yourself do on a Saturday when it's cold? It's kind of getting deeper into fall. What does a weekend look like for Adam?
Well, I will be putting on my
Weight?
winter coat.
Okay.
I'll be losing weight.
Okay.
I'll be out on the bike.
Okay.
All right. There's no snow on the ground.
No, there is not.
And all I see out there is excuses. I don't do those. So I'll be zipping around.
Nice.
You'll catch me zipping around.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to watch a little bit of football. There's a new movie on Netflix just dropped today. There's a Frankenstein movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And I think it's like Guillermo del Toro is the director. Looks really cool. Looks. I read some stuff about it.
Yeah.
And so it looks pretty spooky. I think that we might watch that either. I'll be watching the Chicago Bulls tonight, but I think tomorrow night, nice spooky Frankenstein movie, and then the Chicago Bears play Sunday.
Couple things I want to touch on right away. First of all, you're not just watching the Bulls tonight. You're watching the 6-1 Bulls, am I right?
The 6-1 Bulls.
Yeah.
And playing friend of the program, Jeff's favorite team, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
Friend of the program, Bobby Fallett's favorite team, the Milwaukee Bucks. And that's.
I heard you guys, you and Jeff doing a little trash talking earlier.
Yeah,
I think you were trash talking.
It's really unfortunate for the teams that have to play the Bulls this year because it's just not going well.
Well, that's just not trash talking. That's just good old clean honesty
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
The other thing, well, two other things I was going to say. I don't make excuses because usually I'm too sick. So I don't have the chance to do that. As far as the Frankenstein movie, this hit me because
That was your nickname in college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Frankenstein?
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Frankenstein and the Golden
Frankenstein,
Bear.
as they call me.
Great reference. If you don't know, you should.
That's right.
We won't tell you, though.
So, for the Frankenstein, are you telling me on Netflix this is just coming out today?
Yeah, I think it actually, literally released today.
So it came out on November 7th, which is a week after October 31st.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder.
Is it Dr. Frankenstein's bright idea? Because, maybe a little missed opportunity there.
Maybe.
But maybe they were waiting for that, initial, and they're like, hey, we're going to get him on the coming back for seconds crowd.
That's
I
it.
don't know.
No, it's okay. You still got this gap, right? I know a lot of people jumping at Christmas,
I'm
but you still
watching.
get this. I know.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Exactly. That's at least one of us that you're watching right now. Maybe two. I don't know. I'll see if I can talk my lovely lady, to watching that as well. Who knows? Well, we'll see. We didn't watch it. We didn't watch any scary movies before Halloween, so I'm not sure we're going to pull off the November 7th, November 8th. But anyway, you mentioned the Bears, and we'll get into that, and then we're going to get into these picks here. But as far as the Bears go, pretty strong, solid season so far. You got Ben Johnson, and he's running the team. He was Detroit Lions offensive coordinator previously. I think I've got that right. I don't want to mess that up.
That is correct.
Are you're feeling like the Bears, because there are a lot of Bears fans out there in this area. How do you feel like they're doing? I mean, you feel like
Should we go right into the picks here?
Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and
do
go
it.
into the picks.
I'm going to go ahead and click the button. I think that the Bears are looking pretty good. They're winning the games they lost last year, and by that I mean the close games, because they had a lot of heartbreakers the last few years, but they're getting the job done. Caleb Williams has been pretty good in the fourth quarter. So we have ski and bike incorporated into the picks now.
Yeah.
And so it was a clean sweep for all of us taking the Broncos for the Thursday night game. And Bobby Fallett chimes in and says, better pick the Packers with Russ right now. We'll see. We got a little bit of time. Loyal viewer Bobby Fallett.
If I may, and I want to say this if Bobby's watching right now, why did you text Adam and not me?
Yeah.
I mean,
probably because you didn't invite him to your birthday party.
I host.
You're still upset about that.
I mean, I'm technically the host, and I felt like I was a better friend. I'm not listening.
You may be the host, but I got the most. So here, but see, folks, right over here, you can see on my mouse on your screen.
Yeah.
So this is a bike lock, and so some new elements to our picks. The bike lock makes it 3 times the point, and this is a really nice bike lock.
Yes.
This is a kryptonite lock. Runs you about $60.
Oh.
And it's super strong.
Okay.
It's actually the one I have, and what I really like about it is you can use it to lock 2 bikes at once. And so if me and you aren't going for a bike ride, or you and your wife are going for a bike ride, and I'm jealous at home because you didn't invite me,
right?
You can
just like
lock
Bobby
the bikes
now.
together, like Bobby is now. And so that's now worth 3 points. So he's wagering 3 points on that as his lock. We all had the Broncos, that they beat the Raiders. We all have the Colts. Now, Russ, this is your lock. Why do you feel so strongly about this one?
They're playing the Falcons.
Okay.
Well, no, they're also, listen, they're a solid team, right? I mean, they're very good this year. They had a little bit of a slip up there against the Steelers. I mean, Steelers are good as well, but Indy just really looked poor last week. Steelers were just, there's a lot of turnovers. I think Indy comes back. They get the Falcons. They get the Falcons at home. Nice redemption game. I believe that actually, I don't know what the spread is on this, but I could see Indianapolis winning by 14+ points.
Interesting. Now, I do think that the Falcons are one of those teams. They can lose to anybody. They can also beat anybody.
Yeah.
Scared me enough. I picked the Colts, but enough to scare me on a lock there. So we'll see how that goes for you. All 3 of us took the Bears against the Giants. I was surprised that was a sweep. Giants, though, without Cam Scattaboo and some of the
Yeah.
guys that were really turning it on for them. Malik Neighbors been out for a while.
I think the Giants have played. Not that I mean they're better. They're a better team than they have been. I think they've been playing at their max level. Now they're not only, you mentioned an injury there, but I think falling back down to earth. Whereas I think the Bears are really. I think this is kind of the beginning for me of what I mean. I honestly think the Bears could be a playoff team this year. I think they're getting stronger. They got a very good head coach, Caleb Williams, second year now. He's kind of getting. I just feel like the Bears are improving, whereas maybe the Giants are going to
Kind of
level
start to fall off.
Yeah, exactly.
We all got the Bills. Now, Ski and Bike Shop lock for Ski and Bike Shop with the Bills there over the Dolphins. That's a great lock.
Yeah.
Dolphins very bad. Now, this could be difficult for the Bills if they do have to play. You notice since it's in Miami, Dolphins being underwater, but they're all mammals.
Yeah.
They all got to come up to breathe. I
Right.
don't think that the wet conditions are going to be enough to stop the better football team from winning the aquatic battle. Now, the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to, if I may, real quick. Buffalo, if they were play in water, you think the Dolphins would win? If this game were played underwater?
It depends on the depth of the water, but
Okay.
I still think the Bills.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if Buffalo can swim, but probably better than the Dolphins can play football.
True.
Now, this was an interesting one. Now, Ski and Bike, as well as you, Russ, went with the Vikings. I went with the Ravens.
Yes.
I do not think that McCarthy is ready for the Ravens, who, they turned it around against the
Yep.
Bears.
Yep.
I think they're maybe the hungriest team in the NFL right now. I still think that team could go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But you and Ski and Bike each going with the Vikings. Make your point for the Vikings here.
I can't.
All right.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm not kidding you. I'm looking at it. I'm going, why did I pick the Vikings? I'm not joking. So, but it's in. So I'm locked into
It's
the
in.
Vikings.
You're locked
yeah.
in.
They're home. You know what? They're home. I know Jackson came back, whole different Ravens team, but I think. I just think the Vikings, if nothing else, I just think they're going to take this one. That's all I can say in my defense.
Sorry, Lamar Jackson. Vikes are for real. See what I did there?
Yeah, no, you did.
Yeah.
That was thank you, Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took the Jets upset to beat the Browns. I don't have logic behind this. I just have a hunch.
I got it. No, and boy, it was a tough call considering if you've watched both teams, you're like, how could one win? But I think the Browns are more likely to do that.
Bobby Fallett chiming in again. Go Pack Go. If you both pick the Eagles over the Packers and the Packers win, you both wear Packers ties on Tuesday. Absolutely not. But we will get to those picks, and he's not going to like what he sees. Now, this you see the Valley News Live logo. That means this one is on our station.
Yes.
So this is our CBS game. So this is worth double points.
Okay.
And so the Ski and Bike going with the Patriots.
All right.
Patriots 7-2, really good team
They
this
are a good
year.
team.
I thought about going with the Patriots because how many Buccaneers injuries. Bucky Irving once again is out.
Yeah.
It seems like their whole receiver core's out.
Godwin, I don't know how healthy he is. Evans, of course. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be I think this is. I'll tell you what I think. I think Tampa's going to. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game.
I went with Tampa because just the Baker Mayfield factor. I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes when you have the best quarterback, you can win the game, even if it's ugly.
I think that's a 2017 type score right there.
I believe it.
Yeah.
The Carolina Panthers are better than the Saints, and that is unanimous.
Notice we don't have Devin Fry complaining because we picked them yet. Bobby.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, Devin's going to be blowing us up any second here, maybe not. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Houston Texans. Houston, really good home team, really good defense. Jacksonville getting a little reinforcement with Jacoby Myers, but I went with the Texans in this one. So did we all.
Yes, yeah. Arizona, Seattle. Seattle's one of those teams where, especially at home, you like them. Darnold in there, he's having a really good season. You wondered, follow that up with a Viking season, can he do the same thing? Because until last year, he hadn't really shown that, and then he just came on strong last year with the Vikings, and he's kind of keeping that up there with the Seahawks. So he seems to have found himself, the high draft pick that he was. He's finally found himself.
Yeah, for real. I think that this team is a Super Bowl contender, a sneaky, the ultimate dark horse this year. I think the Rams are better than the 49ers, who have been dealing with injuries. You and Ski and Bike each taking the Niners on this one. How do you think they're going to do it?
Well, it was another kind of touch-and-go deal. I think leaning heavily on McCaffrey and assuming he doesn't get hurt. McCaffrey, which he does once every 2 games. No, I think they're playing well. I just think going to that environment. I don't know if San Francisco last time they played the Rams kind of gave it to them, and I just think that they've got a little bit of a mental edge, and they're at home.
Okay, very good. We'll see. I'm sticking with the Rams on that one. Another really good defense. San Francisco dealing with all sorts of injuries.
Yeah.
But a tough one to pick. Always a close game, it seems. Now, this is my lock. I have the Lions over the Commanders.
Yeah.
Commanders will have Marcus Mariota, who did not perform as well as expected out of Oregon. But, hey, he's made 11 years or so in the league. But give me the Lions on my lock.
And a bounce back week for the Lions. I mean, losing to the Vikings last week at home, you got to think they're going to come out hungry, just like a Lion would. Oh, Bobby's outside the window.
Is he in there?
Staring. He's got 2 Packers ties.
And he's got let's get him in here.
Okay.
Well,
here, let's pop you up here.
Yeah.
So here we are, just having a good time. Look at us, and here comes. Come on in.
Yep.
So Bobby's been texting.
He's gonna have to talk into my microphone
for some
a little
reason,
bit.
Adam and not me.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll get you on
all the way in.
Here.
So, Bobby, you can finish the picks with us here.
Yeah.
So we got the Steelers and the Chargers. It's not on the board, but who did you take here?
Steelers, Chargers. I believe I chose the Chargers. Commanders, Lions. I picked the Lions, and I'm very disappointed with what I see in this last.
Yeah. Let's go to the last slide here. So
Good night, everybody.
there goes Bobby.
Bobby's
We lost
gone.
him. Yeah. We so the Eagles. Here's the simple facts. All right, they have 2 weeks rest. And meanwhile, the Packers are extremely injured. You'd have to be a homer. A real homer, like Bobby Fallon.
And a fool.
To take them. But I'm feeling good. And then, of course, another big game here for our picks is we all have a lot riding on the night game, Valley News Live. That's Sunday Night Football. So an awesome slate of games I'm very excited for.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the same thing with the Chargers. I mean, Chargers, Steelers, obviously last week, Steelers playing so well, you think, are they going to continue that? But you go across the country to Chicago. Harbaugh, good coach. Even without Connor Stallion, he's doing a great job this year.
Without who?
Connor Stallion.
Who's Connor Stallion?
Well, it goes back to the University of Michigan days a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Anyway. Had to do with Harbaugh and maybe some little things going on behind the scenes. Anyway, yes, the Eagles, you're right on that. I think, again, it just comes down to Eagles. I think just overall, I mean, Green Bay is good. Green Bay's at home. I just think Eagles are a better team. So
I think
Bobby
so.
was actually, when he walked up, I don't know if you saw, he was threatening me.
Yeah.
He was doing hand
went like
gestures.
this.
Something.
Yeah.
Something, I don't. Anyway, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We keep playing around with this button, I know, and it's because I'm trying to get things squared away here so that we can do our
There you
next
go.
thing, which is, no, that's good, but that's not what I want to do.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is pull up the background here so that we have.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the button.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
there
we
it
go.
is, folks.
So we've got the tailgating forecast, and we'll pop this up full screen in just a second. But again, this is another big weekend as well, college football-wise, because we do
Massive.
have the big game, North Dakota State at North Dakota.
Yeah.
Just kind of as a reminder, because, of course, North Dakota State has been, I know last week it was an 8-point win against Youngstown State, whereas they have been, before that, just really beating the teams to a pulp, so it was a little closer. But you got to remember they were coming off the marker game. They beat South Dakota State and did South Dakota State the week before that. So last week, maybe, I'm not in the locker room, I don't know, but you could see that being a little bit of losing a little bit of that mental edge because you just went so hard the week before. You kind of were keyed up for the South Dakota State game. You won, came back. So anyway, now you're going to North Dakota. North Dakota,
really, really, really good.
They are good, yes. I think they did pick up a loss last week, but overall they're a good team. They went to University of Montana earlier this year, only lost by one last
that
second.
came down to like the final drive.
Right, exactly. And like 2 years ago, North Dakota State went to North Dakota. You know what happened?
North Dakota won.
49-24.
Yeah,
it wasn't even
opening
close.
Kickoff. I was at the Alara Center that day.
Okay.
And funny story. So
I'll be the
I
judge
went
of
to
that.
use the restroom right before the game started, and then I couldn't get back onto the field.
Oh, there's more to the story.
And so then I'm like trying to find, and the person I asked, I was like, hey, the bathroom's right there, and I can come right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, but I can't. The door is locked. And I just hear all this noise, and I'm like running around like, how do I get in there? And I couldn't. And I missed, and then they're like, did you see that? I'm like, no, I didn't. I gave myself 10 minutes for what was going to take 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes later, here I am back. Missed, and it was like, the iconic photographs of some of the horns down.
Yeah.
An unbelievable game in such a storied fixture of, I think, that rivalry when you consider like what that meant for UND to get a historic victory for them. And now UND very well coached with some of the changes they made. Like this is, I see two teams that are both like good enough to be in FBS.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Call me crazy, Russ. I think this could be the Natty.
This is possible. I mean, it certainly is possible. You get to this level, you met so many teams, 24 teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Both these teams are going to make it. Anything could happen. And North Dakota State certainly has been incredibly strong so far this year, really looking great against in just about every game. And you feel like they probably haven't even maxed out yet. So anyway, so that being said, we've got the tailgating forecast for that. We're going to go ahead and jump in, pop this up full screen here for you as soon as I can find there we go. Okay, so UND Fighting Hawks.
There's just one hot dog, one cheeseburger in the rain.
Which one do you want?
I'll take the cheeseburger. But, well, it's not even a cheeseburger, it's just a burger.
Yeah.
Do you have any condiments?
Well, it's not my setup.
Okay.
I'd have more than one burger and a
Tell
hot
them to
dog, I'll
step
tell you
it up,
that.
man.
That's right.
It's pretty weak tailgate.
I'll tell you what, we've got 24 degrees, but notice temperature not really warming up. So the game 1 o'clock, of course, indoors, as you know. But that tailgating out there is going to be breezy, so you're definitely going to feel it. But you know what? It is early November in North Dakota, in Grand Forks.
Yeah.
So, it's supposed
Football
to be
weather.
Football weather, if you will, yep. In the South, we call cold 60 degrees, and we call it football weather. Anyway, it's kind of tough to do this because we know we got fans of both teams watching. Do you have or want to make any predictions, or are you just going to say,
I think
good game?
NDSU wins in a very, very hard-fought game.
In a very hard-fought game, I think that is exactly. I guess I would say this. You said NDSU. Is that who you picked? I'm leaning that way just because I have not seen them not be incredibly strong every time I've watched them. But it is in Grand Forks. It is a rivalry game, and it wouldn't spread. Like, I don't know what the spread is, but I would be surprised if this game were more than a touchdown either way. I'll just lean North Dakota State on this one.
I think they're the better team. I think they're disciplined enough not to look past the opponent.
Yeah.
And I think that they have a lot of respect for UND.
I agree.
So I think that's, as long as they don't beat themselves, which they're not prone to doing, I like their chances.
Agreed. Containing a mobile quarterback, though, that should be an interesting thing.
Always an interesting thing.
Always an interesting thing. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to have Adam stick around with me. We're going to talk about our temperatures. We're at 307 right now. That's how detailed we are in the First Alert Storm Team. 307, the temperature, 31 Fargo, 25 Grand Forks. So that colder air is actually pushing through a couple hours earlier, meaning those temperatures dropping during the afternoon. We actually started the day in the mid-30s. Now at 31, we've got 25 Langdon, 28 in Hallock, 25 Grand Forks. First Alert weather days, we have 2 of them today, and that is for that cold surge of air. Tomorrow, potential for snow. I will tell you that while I think many areas will get a few snowflakes, it's only our western areas, and this has kind of been the case. What we've been expecting here for the last several days as we've looked ahead to this week. The areas that are going to have the best chance of seeing any accumulating snow are going to be our westernmost areas.
And so is that the blue here? The snow's the blue?
The snow is the blue. In fact, what I'll do, usually I'm just doing this by myself here, but if we want to both just get a little room here, we can actually do this.
Because here I am, riding my bike
You're right,
with a sweater.
Right, with a sweater, exactly right. Here you got the snow there. It's moving into northwesternmost North Dakota. So let's kind of expand this for you. Here's what we've got. We've got the low pressure, you've got the cold front here, and again, as this low continues to push toward our region, it is going to increase that opportunity for snow in our area. Now, with that in mind, we're going to watch the track of this low, and it looks like it's going to dive a little bit farther south. Initially, early this week, it looked like it might make its way a little closer to the region. Now we're going to keep an eye on this and put it into motion for you. Starting this evening. Notice we're starting to see a little bit of snow around midnight, Devil's Lake Basin, and portions of the James River Valley. Now, according to this weather model, European, and it's been the European model has been very consistent here. It's keeping most of the snow west of the Red River Valley. Doesn't mean we're not going to see the potential for snowflakes, and I think we will see a few snowflakes in our region across just about the entire region. But in terms of where we actually get accumulating snow, if we see any accumulating snow, it is going to be areas like maybe Ellendale. We're talking about Lisbon area, maybe down in Gwinner as well. What we're not expecting is snow across most of the region.
Now, is this a winter mix?
That is the pink is a wintry mix.
Okay.
Very good, very good. Then we jump
Not
into
my first rodeo, folks.
That's right. That's right. Eventually, by Saturday, in fact, by tomorrow, late in the day, early evening, we might actually catch a sunset in some areas as these clouds and showers quickly push out of the region. Going to Sunday morning, could see a couple snowflakes, by the way. Baudette, perhaps as far west as Bemidji when we get to Sunday, but by and large, it's going to be a dry day. Now, as far as the amount of snow expected, we see it right here. We jump right into Friday to Sunday, and again, not a lot.
And this is kind of one of those things where you really don't have enough to ski. Says
No.
Captain Obvious.
In fact, even when we look at this right here, what we're saying is, okay, the areas in the lightest blue, that's even going to be snow that comes down and melts on contact with it. So as far as accumulating snow, you literally have to get in these westernmost areas of our region before we start thinking about, okay, are we going to see any accumulation because so much of it's going to melt on it. So no, unfortunately, if you're looking forward to skiing, a few more weeks for that, I do believe. All right, let's go ahead and jump into tomorrow morning's temperatures. It's going to be chilly. 21 Grand Forks, 19 in Langdon, 20 Thief River, 24 in Fargo. As we look at the afternoon tomorrow, not a lot of change, not going to warm up much. We got a strong north wind. 31 Fargo, that's where we're going to max out tomorrow. How many other locations do we hit the 30s? Well, right now we're seeing Alexandria, that's about it. So mid-20s, upper 20s with that wind, it's going to feel about 10 degrees colder. So a lot of these locations, especially north, it's going to feel more like mid-teens with the wind chill. And so you're getting up to Grand Forks, you're getting there tomorrow morning. And then after the game tomorrow afternoon, you're leaving. What you're going to find is it is going to feel very chilly out there. Probably the coldest day we've actually seen so far this season. Again, 31, variable cloudy. Winds are going to be gusty tomorrow in Fargo, but I'd say definitely more clouds than sun. And again, could see a few snowflakes early in the day. What we're going to do here, as I think that is the last graphic for you, I will tell you that we've got about 2 or 3 days, Adam, where we've got highs in the 30s, including today. We've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. By Veterans Day, Tuesday, we're back up in the 40s. Even could see a couple low 50s with sunshine. So this is a quick shot of what will be the bigger picture before too long. I think about another 2-3 weeks where we can kind of get away with getting some of these 40s, maybe even a 50. Then we just hit that point in the season where we're just really kind of stuck.
We're in the negative 40s and the negative 50s.
Right. Even, you get to December, even late November, but certainly by December, your max highs, even when you're really killing it and doing well, it's somewhere in the 30s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, there will be those days where I'm like, woohoo, it's 12.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Hopefully that doesn't happen anytime too soon, and hopefully it's not
That's
too
more
often.
like January, February.
Right. But no, but you're right. There is that, especially after it's been like below zero for 17 days. You're like, is that a 12 I see?
Russ, I'm happy about the fall, man. Like we had a good long fall.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful summer, and like. I think it might have been Devin the other week talking to me, and he was like, we usually, or like last year, we already had our first snow the week before Halloween, or somebody said that,
right.
And it's like, if we got to November 7th and it hasn't snowed yet,
right,
in this neck of the woods, man,
yeah,
I'm counting my blessings.
Absolutely. No, you're right. It varies. Some years we get a little later, some are a little earlier. We'll get there, and again, for some, that first snow may come tomorrow. But yeah, after we get past tomorrow, looking out over the following, let's just say 7 days at least, so next week, doesn't look like we really got any cooler. And in fact, it looks like we're going to hang there in the upper 30s to upper 40s for a pretty good chunk of time. So now we're talking about mid-November, even looking ahead toward that third week in November, and we're like, hey, not looking at the bitter stuff, not looking at a big snow coming our way yet.
All right.
So, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. This is I guess we'll call it officially week 1 of our new format here every Friday. We're doing the football picks, and excited about that, excited to get this thing kicked off. And we'll see, now that these picks are actually going out where people can see them, I'm sure my numbers will drop significantly on how well I'm doing this year.
We'll see. I think that you've been doing very well, and I believe in you. So I think you're going to be okay.
That makes one of us. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and go either
Bears.
Fighting Hawks or Bison.
Bulls.
Or Golden Beards. Have a good one.